one and all present here. My name is Neha, and I am the coordinator of DAV Prashasti team. And we welcome you all to our today's workshop on nursery readiness, a comprehensive guide, an interactive online webinar for all the parents to know what they need. That is, when your child is ready to go for nursery, to step into nursery, what all things you need to be prepared for and you need to know. And it also gives me a very immense pleasure to introduce our host today, uh, our speaker for the day, Gayatri Badrinarayanan ma'am. Ma'am is a psychologist, a certified behavioral therapist, art therapist, NLP coach, parenting coach, handwriting analyst, and graphotherapist, and many more feathers to her hat. Ma'am is a faculty with the DAV Shikshanam, and she is a senior counselor with our team, DAV Prashasti. Ma'am has done several corporate trainings for mind wellness. She's a motivational speaker, a mentor, and she also works with many other reputed organizations where she is a consultant, like Yuvati and Mind Cafe. Ma'am, thank you for joining us today and sharing your knowledge for today's workshop, ma'am. Over to you. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you, Neha, for this wonderful introduction. I'm so happy and glad to be here in this space to talk to you and share my insights about how this nursery readiness is very important. Okay, so but I want everyone to be very interactive because I don't want to talk to the laptop screen or the video. Okay, if you are all listening, I want to know by typing yes or Y in the chat box, I will know how many of you are listening to me. Can I see Y or S in the chat box so that I will know people are there listening to me? Wonderful, wonderful. I'm getting a lot of yes. Great, great, great. Super. If you can switch on the video and participate, then it will be very nice because you can say like, yes, right? You all have small children and children love to play games, right? So if you can participate with video on, then the energy will be different. Okay, how many of you want to open the video and show? Don't worry, okay, it's a weekend. Don't worry about how you look or how your house looks. Doesn't matter. No one cares about that. We are all human beings and we can be at home in our comfort zone and we can learn. So no worries. Switch on the cameras as much as you possible so that you can interact and learn. Okay, great. Right, I'm going to share the screen for today. The topic is nursery readiness. Okay, so you can all see the PPT, right? If you can see the PPT, yes, PPT. Type PPT in the chat box. Type PPT in the chat box. Type PPT in the chat box. Right. Great. Super. Nice. Okay. So, what is the age of your child? What's the age of your child? Can you type in the chat box what's the age of your child? Those who are listening, can you type yes 3.53? Yes 4. Yes. Okay, great. So I know you are all very much ready to send your children to school, right? How much you are ready? Because they were always like taking all your energy at home, right? Totally taking your energy and you're not able to anymore give more time and like they're so bubbly and energetic and you want to send them to school, right? Great. So before we start about nursery readiness, we need to think about certain things. Okay, as parents, we have to be ready to send the child to the school, first of all. Okay, and mostly for mothers, you all have that affinity of not leaving the child alone anymore. How many of you are feeling that fear of leaving the child alone somewhere? Can you raise your hands or say me in the chat box? Me in the chat box. Like leaving the child alone in the school, right? Great. Yes, every parent goes through that kind of anxiety when you want to leave the child alone in the school. I've seen parents crying, okay, leaving the child inside, and the child is crying. The more the child is crying, the parent is crying outside the school. All these happens, right? So first, I want you all to mentally prepare, can be prepared mentally to leave your child in the school. Okay, nothing is going to happen. There are experienced people sitting in the school. They are going to take care of your child very nicely. So first of all, take out that fear and put it in the trash. Okay. Okay, you cannot be with your child throughout their life. Okay, you cannot stay with them lifelong. You have to allow them to learn to be alone. First of all, you have to be mentally prepared. Then only your child will get that energy of being alone. If you are really afraid, if you are very anxious of leaving the child, then the child will come behind you pulling your dress. Right? So first, close your eyes, relax, and say, I am ready to leave my child in the school for his benefit and for my benefit. Okay, you have to chant this every single day. I am ready to leave my child in school and I don't have any fear. I am happily leaving my child in the school. Okay, how many of you will chant this affirmation every day so that your anxiety first reduces? Right? Okay, next. We will go through certain steps here. Okay, there are a lot of things. Anyway, we will be seeing very important things that you need to equip yourself and the child, because the time is very short. It's just one more month you have. Within this one more month, what you can do is these 3 steps you can do. Okay, within this 1 month you can do this 3 steps. First thing is creating consistent daily schedules to prepare children for school. So, when your child has to go to school, you have to prepare, right? Prepare a lot of things. The dress, you have to first wake up the child, prepare the child, make it eat. A lot of things are there. So you have to mentally get prepared first, and then you have to plan logistically that every day the child goes to school consistently. That will happen only if you follow a routine. Why routine is important? Because whenever you create a habit, there is a neural network that is formed in your brain. That is, one new habit means one part of your brain is active. So repeatedly, if you do the same thing, it is not at all a painful thing. Suppose you change every day, that means every day there is a new part is working in your brain or your child's brain. So creating a new pathway is always painful. Think of a forest, okay? If you create a pathway, like dig, okay, remove all the grass, everything, and you make a pathway. So you put all the effort to create one route today and you walk in that. Next day, if you go and take another route, then you have to take away all the grass again, once again. Then you have to create a new route. Every day, if you are going to pull the grass and cut the grass and create new route, then you will become tired. No, I don't want to go that side. Okay, let me take rest. Okay, like that, in the brain also, there is a network happening every time you make a habit. So, for the child to go to school consistently, you should have a routine already fixed before the school starts. So we will see how to create that routine. So the same routine has to be followed at least for 90 days. How many days? How many days? Type in the chat box. How many days? How many days you have to follow to create a habit? How many days? 90 days. Great. Yes. So you have to follow the same routine for 90 days. No change. Okay. Don't ever try to change it for 90 days. Otherwise, You have to fight with your child until it crosses 12th standard. So you are in a very sweet spot now to create a beautiful habit in your children, so that even if it goes to 4th standard, 5th standard, 8th standard, 10th standard, 12th standard, you need not worry about many things that people have missed now. Okay. So I will teach you how to create that plan and you can follow them. Next is planning nutritious meals to support children's energy and focus, because the energy and focus is going to go more because they are going to learn, they are going to be physically more active, they have to be very attentive, they have to sit for a long time. So they should not become tired and their brain and body needs more energy. So the meals has to be planned very well so that a nutritional meal will go to them and it will support them. But how, we will see. Next is teaching children how to express themselves and listen to others. So inside the home, they are with you. So whatever language they talk, the words, the slangs, the nicknames, you can understand. Correct? Okay, they will have some nicknames for certain food or something. Okay, you can understand that. But when it goes to school, even if emergency, the child should know how to communicate everything to the teacher or ayahs or friends. Okay, this is very very important. So you cannot be using the same old the languages or the slangs or the nicknames that you are using for everything at home from now onwards. You have to stop using the nicknames and you have to use the societal words that is required for the society to understand or the public. Okay, so you have to focus on using those words. Okay, so now why this nursery readiness is very important is that's a transition you are going to go through. What is a transition? You are now an anxious parents that is unsure about the school starting, right? What is going to happen in the school? How my child is going to cope up? The child should not get sick. The child should be attentive. The child should sit in the class. The child should not fight with each other. The child should not get into some trouble, or the child should not lose the things. So many things are going inside your mind, right? Like a worry loop. Loop, 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 loop. One after the another worry loop is running in your mind. Now, if you take notes and learn what I'm going to tell now, the real simple steps, and practice that steps, then you're going to become a confident parent. You are going to be ready for school and your child is going to be ready for the school success. Right? How many of you are ready for that? Okay, say I'm ready. Like, all right, I am ready for this. Okay, how many of you are ready for this success? Great. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Fantastic. Super. So now, why the school readiness is very important. Okay, why there should be readiness? Okay, let it start. No, every day we will try out one thing. One day we will figure it out. At that time we will follow that. We can go like that. But what will happen? Meanwhile, you will lose a lot of things. So why we need to be ready for the school, for having success for your child and for your own self. The cons we will see. That is, what is the effect if we are not ready? That is the time commitment. So everything needs a time, right? Everything needs a time, and that's the main problem we all have, that we are not able to maintain the time properly for ourselves and for the others. So this requires a significant time investment from parents. Until now, the child is awake or not doesn't matter. Whatever time the child wants to wake up, it wakes up. Whatever the child, no, we do everything at our convenience. No, whenever we want to, we are free, we wake the child and feed the child. Whenever we are free, we bath the child. Whenever we are free, that time only we will sit and do something with the child. Otherwise, we will give the remote and let the child watch TV, or let the child play with the toys, or let the child go to sleep. Okay, something like that we are managing based on our schedule, but not for the child's schedule. Now, the important part is we are going to focus on child's schedule. So for that, what are all the necessary resources that we need? We have to be very careful, because sometimes if you are a working parent, you need to have the resources of picking the child, dropping the child, or who is going to look after the child after you come, before you come home. All these resources has to be properly planned and informed already with clear instructions. The ottoman is ready, then what is the instruction? Everything should be done clearly, not only to the ottoman, to the family members also. If the father is going to deal with the ottoman, what is the instruction the father has given to the ottoman has to be told as a group discussion in the family, to the wife, to the mother or the father or whoever it is there in the family. Everybody should know what is the instruction given for the ottoman, the ayahs or the maids, or suppose if there are caretakers who are going to take care of your child, or the grandparents. Everybody should be given the proper instruction, the same instruction everybody should know. Otherwise, there will always be a confusion. They will say, no, I thought you will do this. You thought I will do this. So all this confusion will come and you will have a problem with the relationship. So if you sit and plan for only one day, like everything, taking all the notes, and then it will be completely clear. The roadmap will be completely clear and there will be a smooth journey. And also the resources like water bottles, tiffin box, shoes, socks, bags, pens, and what are all the stationaries and anything that is necessary for the child, that is also be procured very well in advance. Why I say it has to be done very early? Because the hype we create when we send the child to the school is not good. Okay, so we buy new things and show off, like, no, you're going to go to the school with these things. The child is going to the school not for going to the school, only for taking these hyped things to show to the friends. If you're going to practice this, then you have to keep lot of money. So until the child feels like really going to school, you're going to feed them with lot of new stuffs. Okay, like you're bribing the child to go to school, not for studying, for showing up the things that you have purchased. So please stop that. Don't buy any extravagant things. Buy very simple things that the child can operate on its own. So if you have a fancy water bottle and the child cannot open every time, it goes to the teacher and asks to open the water bottle every time. The teacher cannot do that because she has to look after 30 children or 15 children. Okay, so the child has to easily open everything. That much simple things only you have to give to the school. You want beautiful things, fancy things, buy it, but let the child have it at home, not to the school. And also there should not be like uh, big things to show off. If the child has this show off tendency, you create that, then later stage the child will not have friends, because everybody wants to be in the same page. Okay, in the school, somebody, if they are showing up, then they will be left alone. So don't create that for your child. Your child needs lot of friends. So let the child have everything commonly available everywhere, not like big extravagant things. You can have it when you take your child for picnics or your personal journey or tours. You buy those things and use it, but not for school. You have to tell the child this is not for school. Next is, whenever father goes to the office, you have to start telling father's duty is to go to work. His workplace is called office. The milkman is in the milk booth. His workplace is called milk booth. I am going to this workplace. So my workplace is called kitchen. Okay, and the shopkeeper, if you go to the shop, you say the shopkeeper comes to the shop, his workplace is shop. So everybody goes to work. Don't say everybody goes to office. Everybody goes to work. Every workplace is called something like office, like shops, like theaters, or like a bus. The driver's workplace is bus. Likewise, your workplace is school. So this words you have to commonly use everywhere all the time to the child, showing everyone is doing their work. So everyone has to do their work. You have to go to work. Your workplace is called school. So then the child will feel like, no, everybody is going somewhere. I am also going. So, and parents also have to come home and tell whatever they learned in the office. Today I learned this in the office. Today I did this in the office and I got appreciated. Today I did wrong in the office and then I got scolded and then I redid it and got appreciation. The father and the mother has to talk about that in the workplace they go and learn things, they do things, okay, they get appreciated and also they get scoldings. It is a common thing. So the conversation has to be like that. Purposefully, you have to frame conversation when you are with the child. It can be like a dramatic, you can talk it in front of the child. You know what happened in my workplace, in my office? I learned this. Today, I learned a new thing. So I was very happy to learn this. So this will create a curiosity in the child that the child will also go to its workplace and learn something new. So these conversations will actually reduce the anxiety of the child to go to a new place. The child will be looking forward to go to the new place like a workplace. So when all this readiness is happening, it will reduce the stress, especially the morning stress, because you're going to plan very nicely. Okay, what to do at what time, what the child has to do and you have to do. You will be waking up at 5 o'clock, but you will forget to wake up the child by 6:30 because you are so engrossed in the kitchen and you're not you just missed out the time, and suddenly you remember and you shout at your husband like, no, it's like the time has gone. Why didn't you just pitch in and wake up the child? So you will have a fight at the morning. So don't do that. If you have to do this, you have to keep an alarm. And for the child, there should be an alarm kept. You have to practice the child to wake up with the play song. I will tell you later. Okay. And this pros will help you be safe and confident, and the child will also be a safe and confident child because there is no anxiety. Do you want to give experience of anxiety to your child when the child is 3 years old? You want to make the child feel anxious and fearful? If you don't want to do that, you have to be practically planned very well. Okay, otherwise, unwantedly, you are going to give this little child lot of anxiety and fear. Why do you want to give that experience to the child? Okay, so don't do that. Effective teaching is when the teacher can focus on the teaching and not managing the behavior issues. So it is necessary from the parent side to take care of all these things before the child goes to the school. Okay, are you all on same page? Right? SP. Until now, you understood. You can write SP. SP. Same page. Yes, I understood. Same page. SP. Can I see some chat box? SP. Great. I want everyone to type that. That only will help me to understand you are listening to me. Okay. Great. Right. Next is how to establish a steady morning rhythm for school readiness. For this, you need to understand your child does not know anything about time. Okay, you know the time. Okay, you have 24 hours and you have already done a lot of experience with running late and getting blamed or getting scoldings from many of the people during your lifetime. But the child does not know anything about time concept. The child cannot know anything about the time concept, whether it is early or late. The child cannot know because it's new. No, the child's brain is very new. It's like blank slate. You're going to write it now. So from the beginning, if you want to have your child written like good time sense, then you have to create a routine for the child from the beginning. Otherwise, the child will learn very late after missing lot of times and goals, then taking the blames and scoldings, then it will correct it. Do you want your child to go through all these things, or do you want your child to know the planning and execution on time decisions? everything in the early stage. If you want your child to know all these things, when the child is very small, when the brain is very empty slate, plain slate, you can write anything you want. So now, how you are going to give the child the perception of time? So from now onwards, you are going to show the clock and ask the child, what is that time? The child cannot say. You have to tell the numbers and the time. That's all. If it is the small, the small leg of the clock is in 8, near the 8, then it is approximately 8. You don't need to tell the exact time, the minutes or seconds. It will learn later. But if you have a ringing clock, like every hour there will be bell ringing, that clock if you have, that will be very easy for the child to understand 1 hour. Okay, the child will know like every hour is going, that the child will learn very easily if you have that clock. And then late start also will be resulting in affecting the mindset. Okay, the child will not be calm enough to listen to what the teacher says because it has gone through a lot of turbulence. The child is not worried about the late at all, but you both, the parents are worried about the delay, and you blame the child, you blame the other, you blame your spouse or the parents or the rickshaw man or the traffic or something. Okay, you keep on blaming. So what is the child learning from you? Okay, what is the child learning from you? Do you want your child to learn peace, happy way of living, or do you want your child to learn the anxious and the irritated way of living? It is up to you. You need to decide what you are going to teach your child because the child is always observing you. So aim for setting the goal, and the morning rhythm is very important to ensure calmness. So you need to first practice this morning rhythm so that you can show that it is an easy day. It's a beautiful day. Every day is a new day. And when you wake up, you feel happy to wake up and you feel happy to go to school and you enjoy the school. That happens only if the morning is calm, not only within us, with the environment also. If the house is a chaos, then the whole day is a chaos for the child also. If the house is calm and everybody is very happy, everybody is smiling, and they are taking care of each other by helping each other, then the child's life is going to be very smooth. Okay? Right. So how to set the morning routine for the readiness? Okay. So 6 a.m. or whatever time you want, you choose, but make a chart like this. No, keep a drawing. There are a lot of pictures in the internet. You can go and download my morning schedule or my morning routine for school readiness. 1 second. So keep a wake up song for the child as an alarm. No ringing, trick, 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 or tring, tring, tring. Okay. You have to have a wake up song. Ask the child to select one nice nursery rhymes or nice song which the child loves and keep that as an alarm. Try to understand how you have to keep that alarm. Take a expert advice from somebody who is technically sound with your phone. There are a lot of people, there should be a lot of people. So you keep the wake up song as an alarm. And then keep the time for brushing. No, okay? You have to show the time. That time you have to be with the child. One parent has to be with the child for 90 days. Completely helping the child setting up the routine. Okay, from tomorrow you can start. From tomorrow you can start, or from Monday you can start. So 6 a.m. or 6:10, the brushing time. You have to show the clock like we are going to have 10 minutes time to brush your teeth. And then for dressing up, for light breakfast, or then toilets and shoes and out for school with the backpack. So these are all the things also you have to put it in the fridge or somewhere where you can see to make a note of what the child did, or the child has to tell, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. Oh, I did not do this. Okay, today I did this, I did this, I did this. Like that, the child has to tell before the school, before the child leaves to school. for 90 days. For 90 days. Every practice has to be done for 90 days. Then you can just forget about everything. The child will never miss anything. For 90 days, it is like a tavam, we can say. Okay, do it with intensity. Okay, for 90 days, practice this every single day without any excuse. Okay, then the child will get this engrossed into its cell memory. Then it will never miss, even if it goes to 10th or 12th. So keep this like a pictorial form, you keep it, and you both sit and create the schedule. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, we are going to keep a schedule, draw with the child, tell the child what it means and what you are expecting. Okay, converse with the child and get the approval and put it on the fridge or some notice board or wall, whatever. Okay, where you can see. Let it be big picture, not a small sticky note type. Let it be a big picture so that visual, the child can see so many times it goes inside, right? And then next is the tricky one, right, which is the food. As I earlier told you that we need to have a nutritious food. But what we do is we want all the nutritious food to be taken only in the lunchtime in the school premises. Is it right on our part? Is it right on our part to do like that? Like we want all the nutritious food to be taken by the child only inside the school premises in the lunchtime, during the lunchtime or during the snack time. Okay? It's not right because the teacher cannot watch every single child, whether the child is taking all the food or not. The child can waste that food. Okay, if you give too much food, too much like costly or very nutritious fruits, nuts, or whatever you give, the child may waste it and you may be thinking the child has eaten it. But the child might have wasted or it would have given to somebody else also. At the same time, you think everything will get wasted and you give very, very little amount or only junk food because it is easy to handle and it is easy to pack in the morning and it is easy for the child to eat because it likes too much. If you give that junk food, then there is a deficiency of energy, right? The child may feel tired in the school itself because constantly eating the junk food is not going to give more energy. It is going to absorb more energy and the child is going to feel exhausted. So balancing quantity and quality of food for school lunches is very, very important. It is like subjective. I cannot tell you have to give this or give that because it is up to you to sit and decide what is that one small food you can give every day. So don't change, don't give varieties. Okay, don't help the child. No, don't no expose your child for varieties or for abnormal things or hyped things because then you are going to sign up for your life. If you're going to teach that now, then you are already and into the chain of doing it forever for the children. So keep it very simple for school. You can say all fancy things only at home, only on the holiday, not on a school day. School day, we will have only normal things, no varieties, no extravagance, no new. Okay, and you also have to follow. Only if you follow, then the child can accept it and follow. If you don't follow, like if your spouse wants something every day different, then it is not possible. So keep it very simple. You can give one small roti roll or some bread or some kind of a small rice, a small bowl of rice, or whichever the child can feed itself. Okay, you have to prepare every day for some days. Make the child sit and eat on its own. Let it practice from now itself. Even though the child eats very less, the lunchtime the child will not be fed by you from tomorrow. Okay, they have to take on their own. Morning breakfast or evening dinner or snacks, whatever you want to feed, you feed. But lunchtime, you strictly tell the child has to eat on its own and no TV while they eat. You can sit around and you can also have a cup of food like a friends eating in the school. You will sit around a table and you will also eat, the child will also eat. You have to make the practice. Then only the child will understand the same thing when it happens in the school. It will be like comfortable like a home. Otherwise, it will be a new situation and the child will feel uncomfortable to sit with the other children and eat. And so you have to spend more time to give that practice. So that will disturb the routine. So you have to make the child sit and eat with you over the table or over the ground, whatever, with you also eating, the child also eating. With small quantities is enough. So the food has to be taken care. Next is you can have the three colors, like ensure balanced meals with variety. So you can say today I will give three color food, some pieces of carrot or some like dates, whatever you want. You can create some beautiful package that you want to package for your child. You can use the creativity, but decide from tomorrow itself, sit and work out what you are going to do for the next 90 days without changing. Okay, without changing. Even if it is boring, don't change for 90 days. Then you can slowly change. But anyway, if you are going to repeat the same boring thing, the child is not going to complain because the child is already okay with this monotonous thing. Then only the child's focus will go into the studies. The other things will be curious. If you are going to give the curiosity in food or the dress or the bags or the stationaries that they are going to waste the curiosity in this and they are not going to listen to the teacher, or the curiosity in the studies is going to go off. Because the child can spend only a little bit of curiosity. It can use the brain for certain extent only for curiosity. And if you're going to waste that for these unwanted things, then the curiosity in the studies, the projects, the pictures in the book, that will go off. So keep everything monotonous, simple. Practice that for 90 days, then the child will get used to it. Then give water, don't give juice because it may pour on the shirts, it may spoil the floor, or if it pours on somebody, some other children, they cannot change the dress. So whatever you want to give, like nourished food, give it at home. Don't send it to school. Let the school have you give very simple things which the child can eat on its own to the school. And like don't give like chocolates or like nice varieties of candies or too much sugar. If the child eats too much sugar, then the body will be exhausted, the energy will be consumed faster, and the child's focus from the class will go away. The child will start sleeping. It's like a hype to sugar. Okay, when the too much sugar comes, then immediately tiredness comes. Instantly you will get energy and then there will be a drop of energy. So don't give sugars to the school. Don't give chocolates, candies, or like fancy things. And then another important thing that we talked about, the communication. The child's communication to the teachers first, the child's communication to the ayahs or the other people who are there as a helpers, the child's communication to the peers. The three things are very important. So home language is for home. So from today onwards, stop the home language slowly, create the child, create the correct language patterns. Like you ask this only when you have to ask. Don't tell in the school, if you go and ask, they won't give. So don't tell anything negative about school. Like if you are doing like that, the ayah will beat you. If you are doing like this, the teacher will not keep you in the class. They will put you out in the class. Don't use all these words before even they know what school is. Okay, don't create any negative image about school when you are trying to discipline the child or giving some habit change for the children. Let them have a very peaceful thought about the school, that school is beautiful. People are very good there. Teachers are like moms, and you are going to make lot of friends and you are going to enjoy with them. You're going to crack jokes and you're going to love that. You're going to play together. So let them have a imagination of beautiful experience about the school. Don't ever scare them that if they don't do something, they will get scoldings in this school. So home language is very important. they have to practice talking to you in the nice language. No slangs, no gimmicks, no that filthy language should not be used. All these things should be monitored by the parents. Then the kids will be repeating, repeating. From where the kids is repeating all these words? From parents. So parents needs to stop talking their usual slangs or languages. Instead, they have to practice a respectful language in the house so that the child will execute that in the school. If the parents are using, like words which you cannot use in public, okay, addressing the spouses or addressing the parents, okay, like oldies, okay, something like that, or in singular, okay. So these things, if the child is exposed, then the child will use the same thing to the teacher or whoever it is in the school, and the child will be alone after that, because the disapproval that comes initially from the school will make the child. So you are creating traumas for the child if you are not really working towards this. Every second the child is getting hurt inside, no emotional hurt, then you are creating a trauma. Why should a child get this trauma? Because you have not taught the child to how to use the respectful words. So don't create that trauma to your child. So be aware what are all the words you are using and change it from now onwards so that the child also practices respectful words in the house itself, and then to the public, wherever you in the shop you are taking, or to the friend's house, make them speak the respectful words. Like whenever they go, ask them to say good morning, namaste, all those things. And when they get something, ask them to say thank you. Before they do, you first do. You tell namaste and then say namaste. You say thank you and then you say thank you. Not like you don't say anything and allowing the child to say, then the child will not do. Every time you want the child to do something, you first do that and then ask the child to do, the child will do. Because the child feels I'm not alone. My mom is there. I'm doing what my mom is doing or my dad is doing. Without that, the child will feel whether it is a punishment or whether it is something they are tricky, they are telling what they are trying to do with me. Like that, the child will think. Okay, the child will not know the consequences. It will think you are tricking or playing with the child by making, or sometimes we make the child to do something and we will laugh, giggle and enjoy. Okay, come on, do like a monkey, and they say like monkey, we will giggle. The child will feel like we are shaming sometimes. So next time when you tell something to the child will not do anything, because you're going to giggle at me, you're going to sarcastically say something about me, and you are making fun out of me. I'm not going to do that. That will be the child's idea when you make them do something alone. So you do that, then ask the child to do that. Definitely they will do that. So mind the language. Next, modeling the behavior of the children. How to model the children's behavior is positive modeling. As parents, when we have the right behavior continuously, then the child is going to learn the same thing without even you sit and teach them. So the core behavior is in the house, if you are a person who shouts with loud voice, then your child is going to go and shout in the school. If you have a calm voice at home and you tackle everything with a responsive nature instead of reactive nature, then the child is going to be very responsive in the classroom. Suppose you get triggered by other person and you have a fight in the house, just because like how can you tell me like that? If you are going to have this trigger and the reactive state experience the child is going to have in the house, definitely the child is going to fight with the friends and come back with the fight story every single day. And the screen rules also. How much you sit and watch the screen, how much you feel that quality time with the family, talking and cleaning and housekeeping and like walking, nature walk, everything means to you. Same thing will mean to the child. If you are not giving importance to all those things and you feel like, all the week I am working, I'm so tired, I just want to relax in the couch and I want to see the TV, then that is what your child is going to do when he is in the third standard or fourth standard. Then you are going to shout, you have so much of homework, and you're sitting and watching the TV. Stop watching the TV, because you have seeded that when the child was in the KG. So now, if you don't want to have a tough time with your children, from making them avoid the screens, keep away the screens. You first keep away from the screens. Instead, you do like book reading, or you do like some craft, making some art from waste every weekend, or do some housekeeping every weekend. Schedule a cleaning process at home. We will take one shelf and we will clean. Okay, have some garden, or some rooftop, or some balcony, or few pots of no plants, and you play with the plants, how many leaves it has come, and what are the plants, and de-weeding the plants. All these things you can do as a hobby. It will relax you also and your child also. So don't go into the survival mode of like just going to the office, coming back and relaxing, sleeping, eating, going office, coming back, and screens. Don't go into that mode of chained life. Come out of that. Okay, live life with nature. Live life with yourself and your family members, not with the gadgets. If you do that, then your child will also follow the same thing. Next, the pathway to the school readiness is very important. First is early to bed. So you have to practice. The child has to sleep very early to the bed. So you have to prepare the bed before the child goes. You have to have the schedule. If the child has to sleep by 8:30, you have to make sure that room is set for the child, and no one is playing or putting the light or doing something. The child has to go to bed, switch off the light, then come out and do whatever you want. Then prepare them for self-feeding, how they can eat for themselves. What are all the things they can eat for themselves? Let it go waste. Initially, it will go waste. Did you waste food when you learned to eat? Definitely, we all wasted a lot of food when we started eating on our own. So don't mind for the food that is getting wasted. It has to get practice. No, the muscular practice has to happen to the child. For that, it needs time. So allow the child to eat on its own, even if it eats little less, nothing will happen. Don't be afraid or anxious that he has left one handful of food, he has thrown away, or he will be hungry. Small, little bit of food, if it is less, nothing will happen. Don't worry. Even if the child doesn't eat for two times in a day, nothing will happen. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry about small things getting missed. First of all, take that and panic, put it in the trash. Nothing will happen. Okay. The child will be safe even if the child does not eat one full day. Okay. It will become cranky, definitely. But health wise, it will not, nothing will happen. One day fasting will not do any harm for the health. Okay, eating detox actually. So don't worry about small things. Toilet independence. The child has to tell correctly with the right words when it needs to go to toilet. Okay, practice that. Whenever in the house also, if it goes to the toilet, it has to tell you that I want to go to toilet for this. Okay, and let the child go to the toilet. Okay, I want to go to the toilet. Let the child practice telling you and go to the toilet, so that the preparation time will be there. You will help the child to prepare for telling it. Then it can go to the toilet. Otherwise, what will happen? That child will know only when it is like urgent. At that time, it will not be able to go and tell the teacher, get the permission and rush. Okay, then it will soil the place. So you have to make the child prepare to tell before it goes to the toilet, so that the child's mind gets prepared even before it is urgent. So it comes and tells you, same it practices with the teacher also. Pack and put away. So whatever the child is playing, taking, whatever the child is doing, you have to make sure the child is putting it away in the same place from tomorrow onwards. You don't have to do that. Please stop doing that. If the child is eating, let the child take the bowl and put it in the sink. Okay, if the child is playing, let the child Pack everything and put it in the bag and keep the bag in its place. If you are going out, let the child take the slippers and let it put it. Suppose if you want to put the socks, it's okay. Allow the child to put the socks on its own with help, and shoes also with help. But when it is putting away, let the child pull it out and put it in the place where has to be put from tomorrow onwards. And whenever the child has to put away the bag, you have to create a space for the bag. Without creating a space for the bag, the child will not know where to put the bag. So create a space for everything the child is using. Without that, the child cannot have a routine. Okay, at least for this 6 months, do this. Then everything will become automatic. So initial practice is very, very important. For now, you create a place for school bag, create a place for pen, pencil, stationery, school ID card, tiffin box, bag, everything you have to create a place. And every day it has to be put in the same place. The child will learn only in 90 days. You have to be with them, help them learn every single day. For 90 days, you should not tell, go and put the bag. You have to go with the child, take the bag, come, where to put the bag, here no, put it here. This has to be monotonously repeated for 90 days for this behavior to happen. And then asking excuses and polite phrases like thank you, I'm sorry, all these things you have to teach them before they school to before they go to school. And sharing toys. See, sharing is very important because they are going to go in the group, go and stay in the group. Until now, they are only single child, probably sometimes, and they own everything they want. Now, you have to teach them to share things for 5 minutes. Okay, when they are playing, you have to go and ask, can you share me this toy for 5 minutes? Show the clock. From here to here, I will have this and I will give you back. Okay, take the toy with you, keep it for 5 minutes. Exactly after 5 minutes, say thank you and give it to the child. So practice this sharing toys for 5 minutes. So the moment the child feels, if I give it to somebody, it will come back to me. Okay, they will not take it and run away. So you're creating that behavior now, the calmness. The child is now satisfied that whatever somebody is taking, they are going to give it back. So I don't need to be anxious or tense. Okay, that my thing is going to be lost. So you create this habit every single day. Everybody in the family has to ask the child something to share for 5 minutes and then return it back. Create this habit for sharing things. So when in the school also, the child will remember that if I give them, they will give back. After 5 minutes, the child will ask, okay, can I take it back? The child will ask, and there won't be any fight or they will not pull each other's things. Okay, so you have to teach this. Next is support strategies. In the morning, you need to have a support system. Like as a whole family, you have to decide what are all the things who will be doing. So the packing rituals for the child, the meal preparation, or the list of grandparents or neighbors for support in case of emergency, or in case of the child is going to return in between, or the child school gives a call to pick up. What is the support list? Who are you going to call? Who will attend the call, who will take responsibility, like one point of contact for the school. If they don't pick up, who will take in charge? Everything has to be not discussed and thought about. Okay, and then voice note check-ins, like use voice note check-ins instead of long calls. So whenever you have calls or something like that, use small no calls and instruction. Don't tell everything like no from morning what happened, like that. Okay, okay, don't explain things. To save your energy, morning time is very important. So you have all this get done in the morning. Next, how to enhance school readiness and manage time effectively. Use personal timer. Okay, so for you, you need to have your personal timer, so that your time is also very important for your life. You cannot just sacrifice all the life for the child. So you have to have your own personal timing for the amount of time you're going to give to the child and for yourself and for the family. So scheduling this me time will help you to reduce stress and recharges the energy for good parenting. And involve the chores. So if you want your child to keep your keep the things in order at 15 years old. Do you think you need to teach the child by 14 years old? Do you think what time you need to teach? What time you need to teach? Now, yes, exactly. So whatever you want your child to be prepared at 15 years, like folding their clothes or whatever it is, they have to start learning now. Okay, you have to ask the child to pick up the uniforms, undergarments, everything the previous night, prepare their backpacks, check their backpacks, count the number of items they are putting in the backpacks, so that next day when they come back, they have to count again like everything is there or not. This is for some time only, not like throughout the school journey. All these things, if you do it for at least 90 days, all this habit will get engraved in their mind and they will not deviate beyond that later. So they will come back to this whole, because this is this first habit that has been created, they cannot deviate it. And somebody has asked about, like, if the child is given the food to eat and if they spill, will it be a waste or not? A little bit of waste will happen now, because until the muscle has to be trained, it has to use and practice. The more you give the practice only, the child will learn easily. So put a sheet underneath, let the child eat, tell, like, try to eat without spilling. But even though the brain says I'm going to eat without spilling, the hands has to cooperate. No, hands cannot cooperate without the skill being developed. If I'm giving you a violin and I'm asking you to play, will you play a nice song? You cannot play. It will be like na crack 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 only. If I say, no, why are you playing like this? You have to play nicely. How will it come? Only after wasting so much of energy, time in trying to play nicely and learning, then only your muscles will get trained. So for that purpose, it will be like that. So you can also give some other activities, like putting some sand in the vessel, or pouring water into different tumblers. Like all these fine motor skill activities, if you give more, then the skill will be learned very easily. So allow them to play with water, with tumblers. Okay, allow them to play with, like, food waste. We have if you have groundnut, the shells of the groundnuts will be there. All these things, no, with these things, let them play. Okay, so that the skill, the fine motor skill gets trained, so that they won't spill much. But you have to give some time for the child to spill and eat. Okay, don't worry. Put a sheet and use those rest things to go and give it to some birds. Okay, take that food, feed the birds. Okay, or some dogs or something. So involve in your chores, everyday work you make the child do, and limit the TV usage, so that the physical and play activity will be more, and the energy and the core strength will be more. The more the child expands in the physical activity, the more the child can sustain a long time of working in the school. If you feel like, the child is getting tired, then the child cannot expand. Becoming tired is a result of the muscles are expanding. That means the child can take up more load tomorrow. That's why they become tired. So only when you are becoming old, the tiredness has to be reduced, because we are in the wear and tear, right? But for the children, the more they become tired, that means they are growing. The more they have the body pain, they are growing, because the muscles are stretching. The more they undergo this pain, they are going to take more load tomorrow. You want your child to take all the load of IIT, JEE, medical, every science, everything. That means you have to allow the child to take the body load, physical load. Okay, so don't worry about that. Nothing will happen. Okay, so the school readiness habits, we have to have a routine first. Healthy eating should be there. Positive communication should be there, and parents should be a fantastic role model to set an example for the children. So whenever some behavior problem happens, what we see initially is from where this behavior problem is coming, only from parents 99% of the day, 99% of the time. So or from the family. So because that's where the core behavior patterns are formed, the child learns more from the family only. So whenever the child is having behavior problem, we have to look into ourselves or the family environment where the where it is coming from. So we have to first change. If we want change in the children, we need to change first. So this is an unwritten rule. Okay, to be the best parents, we have to be the best child first in front of the child. How the child has to be, we have to live that life, then only the child will become that. So then we have to have an organized system in the house so that the everything is in the place. No, you don't need to search everything in the morning, and the message is clearly communicated to each one in the family. That is also very important. What is the plan today? Who is going where? Who is going to drop? Who is going to pick up? And what's the plan for the child also? Please tell the child tomorrow this is the plan, so that the child also starts planning every day from 3 year old. Okay, from 3 year old, if the child plans, how will its life be 30 year old? That will be super awesome, right? So ask the child what is the plan. Tell the child what's the plan tomorrow, and most probably stick on to the plan. And if there is a plan change, that also you can communicate. We had this plan, and this there small change came, and we change this plan, so that the child is also easily accepting and adapting for new changes. And then keep the message brief and to the point. So when you communicate to the child in a small packets, the child can understand easily. If you are going to give a dialogue, big dialogue, and give explanation for everything, if you don't do this thing, that will happen, this will happen, at 40 years you will be like this, 30 years the child cannot even visualize after 10 years how it will be like. It cannot even look into the future and see. Okay, the child's brain is not ready to see the future. So don't tell anything like in future this will be happening, that will be happening because of this cause, effect, consequences. Nothing will be making any sense to the child. So give only short commands. Don't need to explain why and all, unless otherwise the child asks the reason. Otherwise, just tell this has to be done. That's all. We know like how our parents taught us, no? I tell, you listen. That's all. Okay. But if we ask question, they will answer. But we don't, the parents will not go on their own to explain everything like a friend. Okay. Don't do that. Because you are going to create more confusion in the child's mind, because it's not ready to take up everything. It's very small. No, think it's very small brain. Okay. Whatever you know, the child is not knowing. It's only 2%, 3% of what is your experience. So you cannot explain everything. Just go with the flow with short, clear messages. Don't give complicated, confusing messages and then scold the child that I told you, you didn't do it. Not like that. Don't give blame game and make the child feel bad or sad for not understanding. Then the child will go into the shell. I am not good enough. It will start thinking, I am not a good boy, I am not a good girl. If the child grows with this, then the child, how many ever achievements the child is going to have, finally the child will go into the shell, because the first seed it got from the parents is, you are not good enough. So please keep the child in, you are enough. Whatever you're doing is right. So improve. Until now, this is right. Okay, you can improve more. This is okay, improve more. Go with that. This is not right. This cannot be done. Don't do like that. Okay, always use the right words to the child so that the child feels safe, comfortable, and have a happy childhood. It's the child's right to have a happy childhood, and it's a parent's duty to give the child the happy childhood. So this is what I want to share about the nursery readiness. I hope you all had your answers, and hope you will be creating a very nice environment for your children to have a wonderful school experience throughout, and they will be thanking you for giving such a wonderful experience in school. And these are all the numbers you can take for the Mindcare Prashasti number, and my number is there for any enquiries or any sessions, anything you want. You can contact and book a session with us, so that we will guide you through in your personal issues if you have. Okay. Thank you so much. Any question? If anyone, we have provided a feedback. Okay, please fill up the feedback so that we can take up such sessions for more. I want to share you one thing. Wait, nobody, don't leave. I want to give you one gift here. Just a minute. I'm picking that gift. Just a second. In the chat box, I am pasting a link. Okay, you can open that and download it. That is an habit tracker. Okay, that's a habit tracker. Okay, you can download that habit tracker. You want to see what is that habit tracker? I will show you. Just a second. So this is the habit tracker. You can take a printout and put it on your fridge or somewhere. So every day you can put a check. Okay, or the child can put a star. Like when they make the bed, you can give a star. When they brush the teeth, you can put a star. Brush their hairs, get dressed, put on their shoe, eat breakfast and backpack. Small things. For example, I just gave you for a examples. You can also download it. Download many things are there in the internet. Okay. So now click the link in the feedback form and give your feedback so that we can give more sessions like this. Any questions? Anybody, any questions you have? If not, I'm just giving the space to Neha ma'am or Priti ma'am. Prashasti, please take care.
Thank you so much for the wonderful session, ma'am. Looking forward for yet another beautiful session in the future. Namaste, participants. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much.
Somebody is asking one question.
They're asking a few questions.
Yeah. Yes, please ask.
Yes, if the
can you hear me?
child is fear to go to school, what should be done is one question, ma'am.
Okay.
In the chat.
Okay, so the fear is coming from going to some strange place, like that is a new place. Okay, so first take the child to some place like a relatives place, or you can also take to the office. Okay, 1 or 2 days you can take the child to your office and say, this is my workplace. I am here. I'm coming here and then coming back home. Likewise, you will also have your workplace. So same way, you have to slowly you have to expose the child to new places and say that it is safe. It is safe. It is safe. Okay. Teacher fear has come because from where? So if the child's brain is completely blank when it is born, somebody should have talked about bad about the teacher. No, the teacher is the one who is going to beat you, or the teacher is going to make you stand out. All these conversation, when you make it, the child picks it up and it starts creating a fear. So slowly talk that they are good people, they are going to help you, they are like mom, they are going to take care. So create positive memories about school. Okay, talk about school in a positive way. Keep on talking. Okay, so that the child slowly changes its mindset about the school. Okay, kid has gone to play school for them, but still crying in the morning and in school. So sometimes it will cry. Okay, it's okay. Before leaving the child from the morning, give the child 10 times hug. Okay, give the child a big hug. Put on your shoulder and say, you are safe, you are safe, you are safe. Okay, and when the child is sleeping also, before and the child sleeps, after the child sleeps in the night, okay, lie near the child, put your arms on the child, and near the ears, you say, you are safe, you are safe, I am there for you, you are safe, you are safe, you are not alone, I am always with you, please don't worry, you are safe. So you tell like 21 times, 30 times, 40 times, okay, near the ears after the child sleeps, so that it goes into the subconscious that the fear of leaving alone. Okay, you have created an experience by leaving the child alone when the child was very small, maybe 3 months, 4 months, and the child felt the fear. and it is continuing now. So you can keep on saying, putting the hands on the child and say, you are safe, you are safe, and you are safe. And touch your heart and ask, did I feel fearful when I left the child alone with somebody? Okay. Suppose you felt anxious of leaving the child alone to someone, then the child will have the fear. So you first tell yourself, like, when the child is outside, the child is safe. The child is safe. The child is safe. First, you keep telling your heart that the child will be safe outside. That energy will also help the child to calm down. Okay, my son was over exciting and more biting others. How will I change him? So biting can happen because of worms. If you see, sometimes the child is having some worms in the stomach, then the biting habit might come. Okay, the biting comes only because of irritation. So where you are irritating the child, see where you are irritating the child, or for what the child should be, the child is getting irritated. Okay, see that and fix that, and take to the doctor and see if the child has worms in the stomach, deworm it, then the child biting habit will go away. Should we be strict with the kids or allow them to be as they are by strict? See, this is very, very subjective, because there is no strict rule that you have to be like this with the children, because every children is unique, every parent is unique, every situation is unique. Okay, when three components are completely unique, you cannot give one particular solution, but you have to observe the child and see which works for you and your child. Okay, you cannot be too strict or you cannot be too lenient. You have to find the midpoint where you can take the control. Okay, but always mind your words. Okay, even if you are strict, if you are going to say strong words, use a polite word and with authority tell. Don't tell like a Hitler. Okay, whenever you are strict, don't talk like a Hitler. Okay, but with authority you can say, like, hey, I want you to sit and write, this is what I want. So you can tell like that. Why are you not sitting and writing? I am telling you, you're not listening to me. He's shouting. And if you don't do that, I am going to hit you. Come on, I am coming. So this is like a Hitler. So the way we talk, the tone, everything matters. So you have to have a polite voice, calm voice. If you are going to strict, the voice only should be strict. Not you have to be having your body language like an no person who is aggressive anger. So strict is different from anger. You have to always know the difference. Okay. After the first days of school, if they are not willing to go to school, how we need to make them go. So first prepare yourself that they are not going to do that. Okay. Keep telling my child is going to go to school every day, because I am going to create a beautiful environment in the day so that they go to school. If you are not panicking, the child is not going to panic. And if they go to school, ask them what happened. Always talk about only positives. If they tell about the negatives, don't like explode with, exaggerate with, today the child did not get the water bottle, today this boy hit, that boy bite. All these things don't talk. Okay, don't create that memories. That will happen. Okay, when the child is going to the school first time, many things will happen. Okay, listen to that, but don't exaggerate that. Don't give importance to that in front of the child. Okay, instead of that, talk about what did he enjoy, what did he study. Take the book and say, wow, you wrote this, you studied this. Just talk about all the good things 5 times, 6 times. When you talk about the negative things only 1 time, so that the child forgets about the negative things, so that it calms down, and it always have to have the positive image of the school. If I say no for screen, but our parents gave them mobile phone, so he will not change it. What will you do? You have to sit and talk and to your parents. Okay, I cannot come and give a quick fix. Correct? You have to sit and tell the parents what it is, why it is important for your child. Then give a separate TV for your parents and let them watch in the separate room. Don't put it in the hall, and if they are going to watch, you have to manage all these things. You have the capacity. Every parent have the capacity to manage the situations. But You also know the answer, but you need to take action in that. Okay? Right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Preeti ji. I think we can wrap it up with this. Hope it was useful. If you have any personal issues, you can contact the Prashasti team for one-on-one session. We will be helping you with individual solutions for you. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful schooling experiences for you and for your children. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you to all the participants. Namaste. Thank you so much for the brilliant session, ma'am. Thank you.